There's a moment, a quiet whisper, that says there's more to life than routine. It's the call to adventure, a pull toward the unknown. For me, that call was impossible to ignore. It promised freedom, discovery, and a chance to meet the person I was meant to become. I had fears, but staying put was scarier. I decided to believe an incredible journey was possible, even on a tight budget. This is the story of how I answered that call. 4 countries, countless memories, and the discovery that the world is much kinder than we're led to believe. The only question is, are you ready for it? Every adventure starts with a plan. Mine began with a map and a dream. Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and Malaysia. These countries are close together and budget-friendly, perfect for overland travel. I gave myself 2 months, enough time to experience each place without rushing. My budget, $50 a day, covering everything. Bed, food, transport, and fun. Hostels, street food, and buses became my go-to choices. Packing was a lesson in minimalism. A 40-liter backpack, lightweight clothes, a power adapter, and a journal. I scanned my documents and saved them online for safety. I learned a few basic phrases in each language. Hello, thank you. I booked only my first hostel in Hanoi, leaving the rest open for spontaneity. The beauty of backpacking is flexibility. I wanted to be free to change plans if I met new friends or heard about hidden gems. With my bag packed and my budget set, I was ready. The fear was still there, but excitement had finally won. Research, preparation, and a willingness to adapt were my best tools. I turned saving money into a game, making the journey even more rewarding. The adventure was about to begin. I was ready to step into the unknown. Sometimes the best plan is to leave room for the unexpected. That's where the magic happens. I landed in Hanoi, a beautiful chaos of motorbikes, street food, and energy. My first challenge? Getting from the airport to my hostel. I skipped taxis and took the local bus for less than $1. My hostel in the old quarter was just $8 a night, filled with travelers from everywhere. Street food stalls became our dining rooms. Delicious noodle soup for $2. I took an overnight bus to Hadiang, rented a motorbike, and rode through valleys and villages. Children waved as I passed. The landscapes were otherworldly. In Hoi An, I got custom clothes for a bargain. In Ho Chi Minh City, I learned about Vietnam's history. The country's beauty and kindness were everywhere. I learned to embrace discomfort and found joy in the journey. I was living the adventure I dreamed of, and I couldn't wait to see what came next. I crossed into Cambodia by bus, the landscape shifting to a quieter, rural beauty. Siem Reap was my first stop. Lively markets, cheap food, and a $5 hostel with a pool. Angkor Wat was the main draw. The entrance fee was my biggest expense, but worth every penny. To save money, I rented a bicycle for $2 and explored the temples at my own pace. Sunrise over Angkor was pure magic. In Phnom Penh, I visited the Killing Fields and Tuol Sleng Museum, a sobering, important experience. Travel isn't just about beaches, it's about learning and paying respect. Cambodia's history is heavy, but its people are resilient and kind. On the coast, I found paradise on Koh Rong. White sand, clear water, a $10 beach bungalow, no Wi-Fi, limited electricity, just hammocks, books, and the ocean. Cambodia taught me about history, hope, and the power of simplicity. Even in places marked by suffering, there's incredible beauty and kindness. My budget stretched further here than anywhere else. I learned to slow down and appreciate the moment. Cambodia was a place of reflection and renewal. The generosity of locals left a lasting impression. I left with a deeper understanding of the world and a sense of gratitude for every experience. Cambodia was unforgettable. It reminded me why I travel and why I'll always keep exploring. I flew to Thailand. Sometimes a cheap flight is worth it. Bangkok was my first stop, vibrant, affordable, and full of life. I stayed in a hostel near Khao San Road, the heart of backpacker culture. The SkyTrain and riverboats made getting around easy and cheap. Thai street food is legendary. Pad Thai, green curry, endless flavors for just $1 or $2. I took a cooking class for $25, learning to recreate my favorite dishes. From Bangkok, I headed north to Chiang Mai, relaxed, surrounded by mountains, and popular with digital nomads. I stayed in a $10 hostel, visited temples, hiked to waterfalls, and spent a day at an ethical elephant sanctuary. Being close to these gentle giants was a highlight of my trip. Thailand's islands called next. Koh Lanta was my choice for its laid-back vibe. I rented a scooter, explored beaches, and watched breathtaking sunsets. Thailand taught me to balance city excitement with natural beauty. Incredible experiences don't have to be expensive. The warmth of the Thai people made every day brighter. I learned to say yes to new adventures. Thailand was a feast for the senses. Every day brought something delicious and unexpected. I left with new skills, new friends, and unforgettable memories. Thailand showed me the joy of living simply and the power of a genuine smile. My final stop was Malaysia, starting in Penang, a food paradise and cultural melting pot. Georgetown's street art and colonial architecture made every walk an adventure. Hawker centers offered incredible dishes for just a couple of dollars. Many attractions were free. Hunting for murals, hiking up Penang Hill instead of taking the funicular. From Penang, I traveled to the Cameron Highlands, rolling tea plantations and cool fresh air. I stayed with a local family, learning about life in the highlands. Visiting a tea plantation was peaceful and affordable. My journey ended in Kuala Lumpur, a modern city with a hostel rooftop pool overlooking the Petronas Towers. I explored the Batu Caves and ate my final meals on Jalan Alor Food Street. Malaysia was the perfect finale, diverse, delicious and welcoming. It proved you can experience so much with so little money. The blend of cultures made every day unique. I found beauty in both the cities and the countryside. Malaysia was a place of discovery and delight. I left with a full heart and a hungry spirit. The journey had changed me. I was ready for whatever came next and grateful for every moment. Travel is about more than places. It's about people. Alone, you're open to new connections. In Vietnam, a local student shared his dreams and snacks with me on a long bus ride. Hostels became homes where strangers became friends. In Cambodia, I cooked with a girl from Argentina, turning homesickness into friendship. Kindness appeared everywhere. A Thai farmer fixed my scooter, refusing payment, just smiling as I rode away. These moments taught me that language isn't a barrier to kindness. The real souvenirs of travel are the connections you make. I met an elderly woman in Malaysia who taught me to eat local fruit, and a group of travelers who invited me on a trek. Each person added a new color to my journey. The world isn't as scary as it seems. It's full of good people willing to help and share. These connections are more valuable than anything you can buy. They're what make travel unforgettable. I learned to trust strangers and to be open to new experiences. The kindness of others shaped my adventure. I left each country with new friends and new perspectives. Human connection is the heart of travel. It's what I'll remember most. And it's what keeps me exploring. Solo travel is freeing, but it comes with challenges. Safety was my top priority. I shared my itinerary, trusted my instincts, and kept my valuables secure. Being smart and aware kept me safe, not scared. Loneliness happened, especially during beautiful sunsets or tough days. When I felt alone, I'd join hostel common areas or call home. I learned to enjoy my own company, writing, exploring, treating myself to a nice meal. Being alone isn't the same as being lonely. Making friends on the road is easier than you think. Just say hello, join a tour, or ask about someone's travels. Soon you find your tribe, people to explore with, share meals, and have deep conversations. Some friendships last a day, others a lifetime. Overcoming these challenges made me more confident and resilient. Every new city navigated, every problem solved made me stronger. Solo travel pushes you out of your comfort zone and shows you what you're capable of. The challenges aren't roadblocks, they're essential to the journey. I learned to rely on myself and trust my judgment. Each challenge became a story, a lesson, a memory. I grew in ways I never expected. The freedom was worth every tough moment. I discovered strength I didn't know I had, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. 2 months and 4 countries later, I was changed. More confident, open-minded and grateful. The journey was more than a trip, it was a journey within. I found adventure, but also kindness, beauty and self-reliance. The world isn't as dangerous as it seems. It's filled with wonder and good people. I learned happiness doesn't require wealth, just curiosity and courage. If you feel the call to adventure, don't let fear hold you back. Start small, save a little, talk to other travelers. You're stronger than you know. The first step is the hardest, but it opens a world of discovery. This isn't just the end of my story. It could be the beginning of yours. I plan to keep exploring and sharing what I find. If my journey inspires you, I'd be honored if you followed along. Let's see the world together and prove travel is for everyone. Take the leap, pack your bag, the world is waiting. Go find it. Your adventure starts now.